Hello and welcome to another off-meta deck profile brought to you by Double Sleeve. Today we bring you Tien, but not your typical hand destruction Tien. We have skillless Tien for you, so it's essentially mono red. We'll go through the deck profile now. On the leader front, we have Tien. When this card attacks, draw one card, then add up to one card from your life to your hand. Active main, add up to one green Chiaotzu card with 5,000 power or less from your deck to your hand, then shuffle your deck and negate the skill for the game. A nice little +1 on the leader front there, once per game. When he awakens, really good skill and a bit unique. When your life is 4 or less, you may play 3 multiform tokens to your battle area. Multiform tokens have 10,000 power, 0 combo cost, and 5,000 combo power. Switch up to one of your energy to active mode, then flip this card over. So really nice. You get 3 10,000 bodies on the board, and also get to untap 1 energy. Also very susceptible to counterplay, so something to keep in mind when you do awaken. Just make sure you're at a comfortable position to awaken and you're not going to get counterplayed. After you awaken, on the leader backside, auto, when this card attacks, draw one card, and this card gets 5,000 power for the battle. And the second auto, if you have a total of 3 Tien Shinhan cards or multiform tokens in play in your battle area, when this card attacks, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 4 or less and KO it, and this card gains critical for the turn. So a little bit of board destruction there and critical power. If you play it right, you can have those multiform tokens and Tiens on the board, and you can generally have that out most of the time. Getting into the deck profile, because this is a skillless deck, we're going with a Unison card, Son Goku Jr. and Vegeta Jr. Saiyan Scions. It's got a +1 active main. Choose this card and all your skillless battle cards, and they get plus 5,000 power for the turn. Really good +1 for this deck, especially with the skillless battle cards and tokens that we have. So essentially those 10,000 tokens become 15,000 beaters, so you can have a pretty wide board and swing pretty hard. The -1 active main, play up to 2 skillless battle cards with an energy cost of 1 from your deck or drop area, then shuffle your deck if you look through it. And a -2 active main, shuffle 2 skillless battle cards from your drop area to your deck and then draw 2 cards. Moving on to the red battle cards that we have. This promo card is essentially what built the idea for this deck. So auto, when you play this card, draw 1 card, so nice little 1 cost that replaces itself. The second auto is a 2 energy cost if it's your opponent's turn. When this card is used in a combo from your battle area, play 4 multiform tokens, and again tokens have 10,000 power and 5,000 combo power. Being able to get 4 multiform tokens out for 2 energy, again susceptible to counterplays, but if played right you can get those guys out. 4 multiform tokens plus your Unison, that's 4 15k beaters if played correctly. The next card we have is a 2-cost Tien. Now this is to be used with your, whether it's tokens or skillless battle cards. Auto, when you combo this card with a skillless battle card with 10,000 power, you may choose that card and switch it to active mode. Very important to note that once you give the +1 on your Unison, it's no longer going to be a 10,000 battle card, so you have to do these before upticking with your Unison. But again, giving you a 15k beater, untapping, and also another 10 target if you need it for your leader's abilities. Next we have our draw card. So this is a 1-cost Worthy Warrior Kefla. Although when this card is played, look at up to 7 cards from the top of your deck, choose 2 skillless battle cards with an energy cost of 1 among them, add them to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. 1 energy, draw 2, pretty priceless, which is why we're running 8 of our skillless package, trying to keep it on theme with some of the cards in the deck. So we have Master Shen, obviously works pretty closely with Tien back in the Dragon Ball days, and then we've also got Ganos, which goes with our Universe 4 Assemble that we'll go through a little bit later. Onto a couple of bigger cost cards. It's generally pretty cheap deck, but couple of super rares here. So we have Ultra Instinct Son Goku Monumental Presence. It's a critical card, active main for 2 red energy. If you have 2 or more skillless battle cards with an original power of 10,000 in play, and you don't have a copy of this card in play this card from your hand, and you can't play another copy of this card for the turn. Generally, you'll have 2 skillless battle cards with 10,000 power, so 2 energy for a critical 20k beater. Also, when you play this card from your hand, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 20,000 power or less, ignoring barrier and KO it, so a little bit of removal for 2 energy. Next, a little bit more recent, this card, Son Goku Divine Presence, has Deflect and Dual Attack. Permanent, this card can't be removed from your battle area by skills during your turn. Very nice permanent to have. Auto, once per turn, when this card attacks, add up to 1 red skillless battle card from your deck to your hand, then shuffle your deck, and this card gets plus 5,000 power. A little bit more draw power. Active battle, so for 2 red energy, if you have 3 or more energy and you have 2 or more red battle cards in your combo area, play this card from your hand, then choose up to one of your mono red cards and it gets plus 5,000 power for the turn. Again, nice little boost for some of those skillless cards as well. Our next card here is Feral Strike. I'm not sure how you say that. I'm going to say Shrosher, but I'm sure it's nowhere near right. Auto, when this card is played, choose up to 1 skills battle card with an energy cost of 1 in your drop area. Play it, and this card gains critical for the turn. Being able to pay 2 energy, get 2 cards out, and a critical 15k. Very nice. Next one drop that we have here is Daemon Might of Many. Auto, when this card is KO'd, draw 1 card and an active main. Once per turn, if you have a skillless battle card with an energy cost of 1 in play, this card gains 11,000 power for the turn. Nice little replace itself, and it also becomes a 15k beater. You'll notice that a lot of the cards in this deck are very low cost, so you don't rely on too much energy to get things going. We have another 1 cost red card is Kuru, Proud Supremacy. Auto, when this card is played, choose 2 skillless battle cards in your drop area with an energy cost of 1 and add them to your hand. Again, very similar to Kefla, pay 1 energy, draw 2 essentially from your drop area. We have Universe 4 Assemble. Active main, choose up to 2 skillless battle cards with 10,000 power in your drop area and or warp and play them. So you can activate Overwhelm and get cards back from your warp using this card. Very handy tool. 2 cost counter attack, so a little bit of a heavy cost counter attack, but we do need some negates in the deck as well, and this fits with the theme. So negate the attack and play this card, then choose 1 red battle card with an energy cost of 1 in your drop area and play it. That means we can do a few things. We can counter attack with this card and then play something like Kuru here and draw 2, so essentially pay 2, negate and draw 2, or go into the Kefla and search the top 7 for some skillless battle cards as well. So costly, but also has the potential for a lot of draw power, or you could just go into playing another skillless battle card or a Tien to set you up for your next defensive turn. We have Topo, Righteous Aid, very, very good counter. Bit of a floodgate, helps you survive a little bit longer. I do like putting floodgates in the deck just to make sure that you can last a few extra turns, especially with these decks that may be a little bit weaker to some of the more meta decks. Counter attack, choose 1 other card in your hand, place it in your drop area, then negate the attack and play this card. You can set up, plenty of plays with that, putting your 1-drops in the drop area that you're going to play off your Android 17 negate or other skillless battle cards that you might be going to play next turn through different skills and abilities. Permanent, if it's your opponent's turn, reduce the energy cost of this hand by energy cost of this card in your hand by 2, so it becomes a 2 cost. And auto, if it's your opponent's turn, when you play this card for the duration of the turn, your opponent can't attack unless they choose 2 cards in their hand and place them in the drop area each time. Another negate, bringing back an old guy, especially with the leader being a World Martial Arts leader. So announce a play-by-play pro. Counter attack if your leader card is World Tournament. Negate the attack and play this card. Auto, during your turn, when you play this card, if there are 2 or more World Tournament cards other than this card in playing your battle area, draw 2. Probably won't get that skill off as much, but it is there if you do manage to get a couple of World Martial Arts cards out there. For our overrealm targets, we have Fu. This is a little bit of a secret rare in the deck, just running a one of. Really handy skill, especially if you want to go in with a lot of those sort of little beaters, try and stop your opponent from doing too much, stop them from negating. So for 4 costs, overrealm 8. Permanent, your opponent can't activate skills unless they choose one card in your hand and sends it to their warp. So every time they want to activate a skill, they're going to have to lose a card from their hand. It's got triple attack, so you got triple attack with this guy, 25k, plus potentially a whole board full of skillless battle cards that will be upticked to 15k each. So a lot of swings where they're going to have to pitch cards from their hand and can help push for game. Another target we have is Dimension Support Trunks. Again, going with the skillless theme. Overrealm 3 for 1 energy. When you play this card using Overrealm, choose one skillless battle card with an energy cost of 2 or less from your deck and play it. Then shuffle your deck and it gains critical for the duration of the turn. Again, keeping in mind that when you do play that, it won't get the uptick skill off the skillless because it will no longer be a skillless battle card because it will then gain critical. Just a one-of for this Chiaotzu, because we're a mono red deck. Don't really want to have a whole bunch of green cards in the deck, but going off the leader front skill, it's going to be a little bit of a roll of the dice. It could end up in your life, but this is your +1 for essentially a 5k combo piece that you can pitch and just combo with. For our super combo, we've gone with the martial arts one for which is Chi-Chi, Material Daughter Chi-Chi. Auto, when you combo with this card, if your leader card is World Tournament and you have 5 or less life, draw 1 card and this card gains plus 10,000 combo power for the duration of the turn. Being able to use a super combo at 5 life is handy and fits in with the theme, I feel, as well. And for secret rare, I've just gone with the Frieza Army Reborn. Really strong secret rare where you're at 2 or less life. You can reduce the energy cost of the card by 3, so it becomes a 5 cost. Auto, when you play this card your opponent reveals their hand. Choose up to 1 card from your opponent's hand and place it in their drop area. Then choose all your opponent's battle cards with 40,000 power or less, ignore a barrier, and KO them. Really good removal. If you're getting up to 5 energy, it'll be handy to have in your hand and a bit of board clear there. But overall, that's the deck. Let us know what you think of the deck. If you have any feedback for it in the comment section below. If there's any leaders or promo cards or any battle cards that you may want to see used in the deck, let us know in the comment section below as well. Be sure to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next off-meta deck coming soon.